Hello, welcome back to another video. So it's going to be a really quick video today, and I know I always say that, but it is February. Not much going on apart from my thoughts about the up and coming season, what I'm going to grow. Currently there's nothing what can go in now, because obviously February, if we get things going now, they're gonna sort of not be any good by the time we want to plant them out. They're going to be too leggy, not strong enough, and all that sort of good stuff. So let's get into my thoughts. Without further ado, let's do this. So there is going to be a couple of additions to the garden this year for my tropical garden, and I'm going to go through one by one, but quickly I'm just going to give you a quick update as to what it looks like now. Not my garden, because that looks like absolute crap. I'm just going to go through what my conservatory looks like. I'm hoping your greenhouses and things like that look the same, and we're all sort of itching to get out. So let me show you what mine looks like. I had a little bit of a tidy up because sort of autumn and winter got the better of me in here. So let's show you those. I'll start off in this corner, so you can probably make out I've got quite a few cord lines. And yes, cord lines are hardy, and the hardy down to about -10, but I didn't want to risk mine. Mine are still in pots, contemplating putting them in the ground and all that good stuff. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cord line Australis, all band up with just rubber bands. I've got my Musha Baju, I've got my red Insete there, and I've got a larger Insete just here. I've got a Chamaerops humilis. This is, so I'm looking forward to this. It's only about £9 from B&Q. And then this is one of my Fatsias I bought last year. I've actually took some cuttings off this, which are doing really well. So I'll put the link in the description down below if you guys are interested to get your offsets going this season. So yeah, I multiplied that, so I'm really happy. The large one I had a couple of years ago hit from the frost again this year, so it looks a bit pants, and that's outside, that is. So another big cord line. So I've actually got some waggy palms just here. Again, I did a small video, so I'll link that down below as well, about what I ordered off the internet, and I felt happy. But as you can see here, they've got the second leaves coming up, so I'm really pleased with them. Got small canna lilies growing, so these are actually the largest varieties, doing fantastic. I'm going to sow some more of those today. Hydrangea cutting, so this is actually originally my nan's or my granddad's, and these are doing really well actually. They've got a nice bit of root coming on. Again, done a video on how to take successful cuttings of these, so these are doing really great. These will be planted out this year. At the back there, that looks just like sticks there, my Clematis montana, again doing great. I put my finger in earlier and pulled one up, being all impatient, and the roots are doing great. So I suspect I'll probably get 50% germination rate. So fantastic. Again, another video on that. I think that's up to nearly 8,000 views, or over 8,000 views now, for Clematis cuttings. Tried and tested, so that's that. And Brugmansias as well, so I've got some Brugmansia cuttings doing rather well. So that's that. As we move over here, got my red star cord line, which I absolutely love. Never really grew one before, couldn't grow one. This will be coming in every year because I don't trust it. Got some ferns, got some more Brugmansias. I've got a big banana just there, and I've got some canna lilies, which it's been quite mild again, so I separated these, and these have shot. So again, I've done a video on that, so how to separate them successfully, and as you can see, they're doing fantastic. So tried and tested. And this is what I'm most excited about. Excuse the mess, because we're in winter. So these are my Dicksonia Antarctica. So I picked them up for £5 each, spent £10, and as you can see, they're throwing out new throngs. They do need a bit of a prune, but I'm waiting for the season to be over, so I'm super happy with them. Yeah, it's a bit of a tidy out. My propagation stand is looking a little bit better than it was the other day. I've actually got 5 tiers to make the most of with lights, so they'll be, as I start to grow more things, these will be coming on, which I can't wait for. Reese's tin and Toy Story tin, just full of seeds. So that brings me on to let's talk about seeds. So I think I've got about 5, so I'll talk to you about those. So the first one's going to be Ricinus, which is a castor oil plant. Now this is a huge specimen. It can get up to sort of 8-9 feet with the right conditions. So I'll be happy if I get it to sort of 6 feet by about sort of 4 foot wide, all in one season. So I'm not going to get them going till April, because again, my thinking behind it is if they go in now, they're just going to get stretched for the light. So when they stretch for the light, you do get a bigger plant, agreed, 100%, but you don't get a stronger plant. Okay, so you might get, so when you, I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, let me spin you around. So I've got 2 red bananas. So these are both this year's. Okay, but I actually grew one myself, and I was patient with it, and you can see the size of the trunk on it, and it's done absolutely fantastic. This one I bought, and it was the same size as that from B&Q, and that was stretched. Yeah, so you can see how much thinner everything is, how much, I mean, it's still pretty decent, but not compared to this. That's absolutely huge. So this one here has been stretched. Okay, so it means that it's been grown in a nice warm greenhouse, stretched, and it's not that strong. So my second one's going to be sunflower, so any variety of sunflower, but again, don't do them now. Let's do them sort of like end of March, maybe April time, because again, they'll just get stretched. I will talk about what I am going to sow right now in February, but I'll come on to that. Third one is going to be Loves Lies Bleeding. Easy for you to say. So it's a great specimen, that is. So it kind of grows to around 3.5 foot to 4 foot. It's probably 2, maybe 3 foot wide, and it's sort of a cascading flower. So that's brilliant. It will give you a really good show in the first year. I say first year, it only has 1 year, because these are all going to be like an annual plant, meaning I'll sow them once, they'll give me 1 season, and they're done. But this will go in and amongst all the evergreens that I've got here, so hopefully it's a nice contrast. Number 4 is going to be Coleus, so I want something small at the front of the border, what's like lots and lots of colours. Now you could sort of do a Busy Lizzie, that's a good alternative, or maybe like small geranium. Trading geraniums in borders actually look really good, but I'm actually going to do Coleus, come in several different colours, and they really sort of brighten up those darker corners. Now this is one thing that they'll actually grow in part shade as well, so they don't need full sun, so they'll give you a right punch in the face of colour, but they don't have to be in that really bright spot, so that's a really good one to have. And number 5 is actually going to be Sweetcorn. Now I know what you're thinking, so we kind of get the best of both worlds here. We get a Sweetcorn at the end of the season, and you get like this really large structural plant in your garden which will grow kind of 5-6 feet, and put them in sort of bunches, and they'll really make sort of an impact. Now there's a couple of varieties, completely up to you, lots of different colours, not just the yellow ones. I'm actually going to go for the variegated variety, not just a variegated variety. I'm actually going to do a couple of different varieties. So they're all out there on sort of Thompson Seeds or anything like that on eBay. So get yourself out, have a look what you want, something a little bit different. Be brave, really easy to grow. Okay, but again, I'm not doing them yet. So we will talk about the plant I'm going to do now. This has got nothing to do with tropical gardening. This is all to do with me being an impatient gardener. Okay, so yes, I've got my canna lilies, which you've already seen there, and I'm doing those, resowing those again. And I've got some bananas in there, which have been in there for a couple of months. But the impatient gardener in me wants to get something going. Okay, and the best thing in February to do, which will give you a nice splash of colour, and you can sort of repay it by giving them to your mum, to your nan, to your wife, and that is sweet peas. Really easy to grow, really easy to grow. So they can be sowed now in February, just on a windowsill in a pot. I'm going to show you what I do with mine. It costs me absolutely pence to do, so I'll show you what I do now. So I know what you're thinking, did you put stickers on yourself? Yeah, I did. So no, actually I did these with my kids. So toilet roll holders, so really easy. Fold up the bottom. I'm cheating a little bit because I put a little bit of sellotape on the bottom. Couldn't think what it was called. Sorry, sellotape on the bottom just to hold it. But they will rot down to nothing. So obviously take your sellotape bit off. But this is a brilliant way to get them going. So just pop them in the windowsill. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be like a big setup like this or anything. Just pop them in the windowsill and they'll get growing. So this will sort of really scratch my itch for February, if you like. So when we get into March and April and beyond, then I'm just too impatient, really. So these are my sweet peas. They're going to do absolutely great. Nothing to do with the style of garden I've got, but it'll be a nice surprise when they start sort of flowering before anything really gets going. And then cut flowers is just an absolute bonus, isn't it? And that's it. Quick update for February. I'm not really posting much at the minute, so I really wanted to get a video out. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of gardening jobs done. So I've got my canna lily seeds to sort of scratch and put them in soak, put them in boiling water. I've got my Dixonia Antarctica, which I just want to tidy up a little bit. I don't want to cut back or anything like that. I just want to tidy up a little bit. Make it seem like I've had a bit of a gardening afternoon when really it's just been a tidying afternoon. Anyway, guys, until next time, I'll see you in the garden.